What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We have here a Cisco Webex Desk Pro. I'm gonna go through the features for you. If that sounds interesting, hang on. We're gonna talk about it. All right, welcome back. I appreciate you hanging around. If you could do me a quick favor, hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified of new videos when they drop. What you can see going on here now is called digital signage. Using a third-party application called AppSpace, I'm able to turn this Desk Pro into a digital sign. Right now, I've got it set to the URL of my website, and I set it to that URL when the device goes into standby. It displays the website as a digital sign, and it's even interactive. As you can see, I can go through the website using the touch functionality, and the device will take us there, right? So that's pretty cool. We're gonna start off by taking a look at the pin that comes with the device, and there's a magnetic little spot on the side of it that you could just hang it right to there. It's a pretty weighty little pin. It doesn't feel very light. It's, you know, you got it in your hand, right? Let's start on the device itself. This is a unified communications device made by Cisco, integrated with Webex. It's really useful for doing meetings, right? This is basically the home screen page here, and it shows you the time, the date, and you have little icons here you can click on. But what we're going to do is get started up here in the right hand corner, and if you look in the right hand corner here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little, looks like a little picture with a little avatar in it. We hit that activates the camera. Now it's telling me my privacy cover is closed, so I have to open the privacy cover to see the camera view. And the privacy cover is on the top of the machine, and it's just a slider. You slide it and open it like so. So if I hit that again, now you can see what's going on from the camera. And this is a 4K camera built into the device. And if I click the picture, I can adjust the camera view. I can pan and tilt. I can increase the zoom like so, or I can allow the device to give me the best overview. I can also change the background here, and as you can see now, I'm in an office. Or I can go to the beach, and so on and so forth. So the icon directly next to that is the noise removal options. So this device has background noise removal. And so when you're in a meeting or you're using the device's microphone array, when you're not speaking, the ambient background noise will be canceled by the machine. And so we have it on here. If you took it off, put default, then that would cancel the background filtration and turn it off, but we're gonna leave it on. All right, so next, directly on the other side of the screen, you'll have, when you're signed into this device using your Webex account, it'll have your name there, so it'll say who you are. And as you can see, it says Warner Bell here, and that's me. And this is my Webex account. So when I click my name, it gives me a few options. I can turn my device, my Desk Pro, on Do Not Disturb. And so when people try to call, it won't ring in here. It'll give them a Do Not Disturb message. I'll leave that off. I can adjust the brightness of the screen here, as you can see. And there's an option for automatic brightness, which is on now. If you turned it off, you would have to adjust it as you went. But if you leave it on, the screen will compensate for ambient light around you. And then there's these settings and the standby. Standby does exactly what you think it may. It puts the machine on standby and just kind of turns off the screen. If we click settings, we'll go into settings here. And the first option is about this device. And if you click it, you'll see that it just gives you information about this particular device. So the device's name, video address, the organization name, IP address, MAC address, serial number, stuff like that. The next option is issues and diagnostics. And this gives you, if there are any issues going on with your device, it'll give it to you here, but it looks like everything looks fine for us. The device hasn't discovered any issues. Speaker track diagnostics, we can turn those on. We can turn on logging. We can turn on extended logging. We can send logs back to Cisco. And we can view the connection details. Also do a connectivity test. Moving on down, the next option is the language. You have a bunch of options for languages. You can change the language. The next option is time zone. Choose your time zone so that the clock can stay accurate for you. All right, Webex Assistant. If you click that, it'll show you that Webex Assistant is on. If we turn that off, it'll be off and you won't have the use of Webex Assistant. This is an artificial intelligence feature. When we turn it on, we can do things like this. Okay, Webex, what time is it?
It's 8:19 a.m.
Nice. Okay, Webex, join my personal meeting room.
Warner Bell's personal room, right?
That's right.
Okay, joining Warner Bell's personal room.
And it will take me right into my own personal meeting room. And I can conduct a meeting and do everything that we normally do in Webex, right? So I'm gonna end this. That's a real cool feature right there. Now, if you ask the Webex Assistant something it doesn't know, like, okay, Webex, what is the distance from Chicago to Los Angeles?
I'm not able to help with traffic or navigation.
But what the assistant will give you things that you can say that it can respond to. So moving on, the next option is facial recognitions label. And the option's on by default. You can turn it off or on. And what it is when you're inside a meeting, Webex has facial recognition. If it recognizes the person, it will automatically put their name label under their video feed. We've got virtual backgrounds. It's on right now. That gives us the ability to blur our background, put up any picture we want to be our background. Most people are familiar with those features. The next option is Bluetooth. This device is Bluetooth capable. It's off by default. If I turn it on, it'll scan for devices. I can also make this device discoverable to other Bluetooth devices and connect them. The next option is the ringtone and volume. So this device has the ability to accept incoming phone calls or web calls, and you can set your ringtone. That sounds like that old Motorola ringtone to me. I like that. The next option is music mode. It's off by default. You can turn it on. By enabling music mode, you can sing and play music and play instruments, and the audio will be optimized for music instead of being optimized for voice, which is what it is by default. The next option is web apps. What a web app is basically a shortcut to a URL address. And as you can see here, I've created two. I've got one to the control hub, one to YouTube, actually three. I created these. I can edit them. I can throw them in the trash. I'll discuss how these are created a little bit later. The next option is the whiteboard appearance. If I click it, you can see it gives me the option to turn the whiteboard into a blackboard. And so instead of it being white, it's black, and you're white like you're writing on a blackboard with chalk. And lastly, we have network connection on the options. So if we click that, it's just going to give us our Ethernet status, whether we're connected or whether we're on Wi-Fi. It'll give us whether VLAN is on, if we're in a VLAN, just settings for the connection. There are also advanced settings where you can manually input IPv4 addresses, DNS information. The last two options you see here are restart. Obviously that is to restart the device, and factory reset if you wanted to clear all the settings you've set over the years or all of the updates back to a factory state. You just use that. As you can see on the main screen here, we've got a number of icons across the bottom of these. This is call. You can make a call with this device. You can type a name, address, or phone number in this box, or you can just simply go through your contact list and find the person you want to call and click there. We know what whiteboarding is. This is where you can draw different colors and so on. We're going to throw that in the trash here. Delete. Sharing options. This is the same as sharing during a meeting or during an event using Webex. You click it. You can share wirelessly by going to share.webex.com and entering this code. Or you can use your phone cable, USB Type-C, directly into the device and share via cable. You can join a Webex meeting from here. I can either put in a meeting number, or I can join my own personal room and just immediately start a meeting in my own personal Webex room. I'm in the Webex room now. I can do what I need to do and then I can leave. All right, and this right here, this is one of the web apps I created to Google. If I hit it, it takes me directly to Google. If I scroll over, you'll see the other two web apps I've created. One's to YouTube. If I hit it, it'll take me directly to YouTube. I can also customize and include the icon manually for these web apps that I create, and I'll show you that later once we view the control hub. All right, and so as you can see here, we're in the control hub here, and we're logged in as ourselves, and we've got some information here. It tells us our serial number and our IP address and our room number address. And over here is where you enable the digital signage. So under configurations, you'll have an option to go ahead and enable the digital signage and enable touch capabilities for the interactive signage. So you can have digital signage running, especially if you use a third party like AppSpace, and then there'll be touch functionality within the digital signage. It's amazing, right? And so as you can see right here, I've got my digital signage set as a URL, and it's got my website URL in there. So then when this goes to standby, it goes to the digital signage. You also have control over the web apps here. And as you can see right here, still under configurations, web apps. If I clicked on that, it's going to show you the web app that I've created, which was google.com there. I can add one here. I name it, same as on the board, put in the URL, decide how it's displayed, and here's where I can use a custom icon. I can use the URL of any website icon and paste it here, and it will put the icon there, or I can upload a picture of anything I want and it can be the icon for the web app. And then it shows you all of your configurations for each feature on the device. It also has a support section with logs, the web portal of the device. You can actually log into it. You have to be on the same network, but you can log into the web portal of the device itself. And you can create a remote access key here. And that's gonna be pretty much it. Now, another cool feature, the Webex Desk Pro can be used as a second monitor from a laptop or a desktop. And I happen to have a laptop right here, so we're gonna use the laptop here. We're gonna turn it on. And as you can see, now the Desk Pro is serving as a second monitor for my laptop here. Now, let me show you this. I can, if I'm using a device that has touch, like this laptop, it's a Dell laptop, it has touch capabilities. When I connect this device to the laptop via USB-C, the touch features can be moved over to this device, and I'll show you how to do that. If you just touch the screen and you see this little finger right here, there's an icon that looks like a finger pointing. If you just touch that, now I got full touch functionality. I can open a new browser, I can go to video, I can touch. Everything works. So this is an amazing feature. I can move stuff on my desktop like this. So really cool. When you want to turn the touch off and use the features of the device itself, you just go right here in this corner and click the finger icon again. And now when I touch it, my Webex options come up. I can join a meeting and share the second monitor screen in the meeting. So I'd say share and call, and as you can see, there's my desktop background. I'm inside my personal meeting room, meeting with whomever, and this would be the camera view of me. I can expand my desktop and I can show people what's going on. And now, as you can see, I'm on YouTube or whatever website I might happen to be on, and I'm still in the call with my people. I'm sharing my second screen and the website, and I can just say, hey, check this out. Look at the official trailer for Will Smith's Welcome to Earth or After Earth, whatever movie it happens to be. I can point people to stuff like this. And use the whiteboard overlaid over a website or anything I might want to. So now I'm going to end this meeting. And now it's just straight back to second screen, desktop, whatever my needs may be. And so that's going to be the walkthrough of the features of the Webex Desk Pro. I really like this device, especially using it inside Webex meetings. There's so much functionality. The camera's great, the microphone's great, the speaker array is great. If you like this content, please do me a favor and hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. If you like the content as well and you want to see more content like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you'll be one of the first to view new content when it drops. I appreciate everyone for coming out and hanging out with Gadgetools Unlimited on our YouTube channel. And until the next video, peace.